Hey, good morning. This is 15 Minutes with Blake. I'm your host, Blake Linklater, and today's show is reflecting back on 2024. 2023. We're already thinking ahead. We're doing a video one today, and I'm trying to be a little bit quiet, so I hope the sound can pick it up. Now, we're doing a video. I'm going to show you a few things. If you're not on video, we'll be able to see it, but it's a reflection back on 2024, and I think it's important that you do these so you can reflect and you can see how far you've come and see the progress that you've made. And it's incredible once you look at it. So this year I joined the big Build Your Life Resume Jesse Itzler's Calendar Club, and I'll show it to you here if you're not on camera. It's like a 4x6 cal, 4 feet by 6 feet. No, 48 by 48 by 36. Let's go 4 by 3 feet, and you can see it there. If we put it up against the wall, there was a lot of things like I did that I'm proud of. A couple keg dinners with my daughters. One of the big things that he proposed was six things you wouldn't normally do. So I went to the Art Gallery of Ontario with my daughters. That was pretty cool, actually. The other thing we did was a Zach Brown band concert, my favorite band. I think that was an amazing time. I got some other stuff with going to church with my kids on it. A couple trips to Buffalo on it. Oh, I think I lost oh, no, we didn't do that one. That was a paintball trip. So it's something I'm going to do again. I am debating joining his version of the round table. That's what he calls it. I'm debating on it. But I really, when I look back on the year, there was a lot of things I did. I started a new job. I started this podcast. We started it at the end of August, and we were learning things as we go along. We've got some guests lined up. I've got some super cool guests lined up for 2024. We've also learned just to take messy action, and I think the other thing I'm learning is about manifestation really works. I've been reading again and again this book called Dollars Flow Easily to Me by Richard Dotts, and it's a great book. And every time I read it, money just starts flowing to me and implement. Every time I read it and implement, money starts flowing to me. And so there's a couple of new business coaching ventures coming up. If you're looking for help on the business side to grow your business to 10x it, reach out, just Blake at blakelinklater.com, and we'll schedule a call. But there's a couple things I'm doing that I think will really help me 10x my business and my life. You know, on the personal side, I also went through a separation, and that was, we moved out in June, and that was tough. And, I think the kids are still learning from that, and I'm still learning from it. We're learning how to adjust on it. So it's a work in progress, but I think it was a big thing and a good learning experience from it. Looking back, we've also, we have a couple of new coaching clients that came on board, and that's been super exciting to work with them. And yeah, it's been super exciting to work with them. And my hockey team that I coach, my daughter's hockey team, we're doing well. We are halfway through the season, and we've come a long way, and now we got another step to hit some of the goals we want. But the other thing I've learned with that in hockey is some of the stuff that I'm reliving again when I played, and some of the biases people have. I won't get into too much detail on it, but sometimes I wonder if we made the right decision, but I think we do. It's her decisions, they're her choices, and we guide them to the way. So we did. I think Steve Jobs has the best quote. If you remember it, it's you can only connect the dots looking back. And so I'm at a point on some aspects of my life of I can't connect the dots right now, and it's kind of it's kind of frustrating, but I also know there's a bigger picture for it. What else have we gone around? Like, I have the calendar here. We did some Audible stuff, like audible.com. I'm not the best. I love podcasts, but listening to books, eh, I don't know. I'm still doing, but we're listening to them. I think some are pretty good. We read about 7 or 8 books. A couple new ones I'm going to read in the future is Winning by Tim Grover. There's a few others in there. Ken Dryden has a new book. What's it called? Let me pull it up on Audible here. And I'm really curious about this one. I love some of Ken Dryden's writing. The Class. And oh my goodness, it's a 20-hour read. But he goes back to his high school grade 9 class and he sees where these people are, and I think it's really cool. So, what did I learn? I learned that I'm enough. And if you're listening to this, you are enough too. You're enough, you're more than enough, and you have the ability to do it. And I learned that this year, and I'm still processing it. I learned I can do some pretty cool things, and that the 6 Kevin's rules he calls them Kevin's rules, are pretty helpful. Looking forward to 2024, I've got a bunch of ideas I want to do. Like, let me see if I can find any of them here. I've decided this year to shift away from the goal setting and rather just put things in the calendar and do it. And the reason for that is, yes, I do have a bigger vision of my business and my life, of how I want it to look. So, but every year I put, I want to make a certain amount of money in the 6-figure range, and every year I fail to hit it, and I always put I wanted to lose 15 to 20 pounds, and I failed to hit it. Actually, what's awesome? I actually lost 7 pounds this year, and fluctuated back and forth, and so now I know I can do it, and I know that I hit this point, there's this weight level, 162 pounds, and I want to get to 150. And every time I hit it, I kind of do some things to sabotage myself. It's like a thermostat. Your body gets to this, or you get to this comfort, and it's like, oh, no, that's not supposed to be us. We're going to do this to sabotage, and it does that. I'm not going to let that happen. For the last 2 weeks, I've been good at 162, and we're going to get that. We're going to lower it. And so part of that is one of the new habits as we look into the planning is I don't want to drink diet pop anymore. I just don't want to, or any pop for that matter. I know it's not good for me, and I just don't want to do it. But I got to find a replacement, so that's going to be the harder part. But I'm going to eliminate it. I want to do more visualization daily. I did it when I got to play pro hockey, professional hockey, and I want to do it again. I want to drink more coffee, good coffee. And I think the big focus for me, we talk about why I'm not setting goals, because every year I do that, I'm just putting in these things and I know I want to go. But I really want to focus on doing more things that bring me joy. And it's the same thing, that with my coaching program, that I want my coaches to do more of. What are the things that bring you joy, and do them more? And so I'm going to do that. So I got a cup of coffee here. I'm going to, want to drink good coffee. I enjoy it. And I want to do that. I am going to join a couple coaching programs, 1 or 2 of them. Those are some ideas. My youngest wants to go to Cornell. She's only 10. But she wants to do it, so I'm going to help her to try and put those thoughts and put the vision board up for her. So we're going to do a Cornell women's hockey trip. I looked at the schedule for the rest of their year. It's a bit conflicting. I think some of their home games are at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, and our home night for the team I coach is 11:15 a.m. Just outside of Toronto. So getting from Toronto to Ithaca, New York in 3 hours is not going to happen. So it probably has to be next year, September, October, December, November. I want to complete a challenge. Just something. I want to do more daddy-daughter days. I fell off the wagon with them, and we're going to do it. I'm looking at the list here. I want to see my alma mater. I went to Canisius College, now Canisius University. I want to see a hockey game there. It's just a couple-hour ride. And so I've put these things in there as things to just do. We're going to put them on the calendar, and we're going to do them. We're going to find a way to do them. A Tony Robbins event, I want to do that, or join one of his programs. So there's a couple things I want to do. Um, I want to be more consistent with this podcast. I want to get it out. I want to produce better content. And so that means, some episodes are going to be shorter. Some are going to be longer than 15 minutes, but I'll always try to keep it around that 15-minute mark. But we're going to get more guests, and we're going to reflect a bit more. I work with a lot of financial advisors, and I want them to reflect more. And there's a lot of stuff going on that I think can help you grow your business in whatever stage of life you're in. Excuse me. So looking ahead to 2024, I'm excited for it. As I record this, it's the 29th of December. I got the big calendar planned again. I got a few events put on there. Definitely want to go see Zach Brown and Kenny Chesney. They're touring together. I really hope they come to Canada. Really, 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 really do. If not, the closest one to me right now is Pittsburgh, which is a 5-hour drive. Yeah, and maybe I coach 2 hockey teams next year. I don't know. We'll see what happens on that front. That's still in flux, but really want my daughters to achieve their goals and working on things to help them achieve that. And working on me to achieve them. I really want to do more things that bring me joy and grow a couple things that I'm working on. So I think that's about it. This has been a year of reflection, so this is a reflecting podcast. I'm looking ahead. What are your takeaways? What did you learn this year? Comment below or reach out to me. If you enjoyed the podcast, if you have some comments on what you learned, I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear, hey, what did you learn and what are you looking forward to this year? Hope that's it. Have a great New Year. Have a great New Year's Eve. This is 15 Minutes with Blake. I'm your host, Blake Linklater. And go out there and have your best year ever, your best day ever, and do more things that bring you joy.